About 1,200 people are missing, and there's radio silence about it in the media. Do you guys remember Alligator Alcatraz, the place in Florida that is basically a swamp surrounded by alligators? They erected a building there in 8 days and was proud to call it Alligator Alcatraz because the detainees couldn't escape because of the alligators. That place? Well, last month, a judge ordered that place be closed. It had 60 days to do it and move the detainees somewhere else. Now, like I said, this place went up in 8 days, and it housed about 1,800 people. The conditions in this place were so bad that the detainees went on a 2-week hunger strike to protest the conditions in this place. There was a lack of food, of clean water, other medical resources, and a host of other things. Alligator Alcatraz housed both men and women, and neither one of them were provided with resources and care that they needed. But as I said in another video that I did breaking down the conditions of Alligator Alcatraz, that is not the reason why they were shut down. They were shut down because environmentalists sued and said that they did not do the necessary reviews and checks that they needed to make sure that the sensitive swamp environment that they're in the Everglades was taken care of and wouldn't be harmed by the facility. The people in charge of the facility and erecting the facility did not do these checks. So a judge gave them 60 days to shut down and move the detainees to another facility. But herein lies the problem. 1,200 of the 1,800 detainees that they had are not accounted for and are essentially missing. There are speculation and rumors going around that some of the detainees were sent out of the country, other ones were sent to other facilities, but there is no paper trail on these detainees. So no one can find them. Their families can't find them. Their lawyers are looking for them. One of the detainees from Cuba missed a court date, and they found him in Mexico. He had been taken out of the country by mistake when he was supposed to be sent to his location where the hearing was going to be. So the people in charge at the frozen facilities are completely incompetent. They are unable and unwilling to do any type of paperwork to make sure that these detainees are in their own locator system. And when families are calling in looking for their loved ones, they are told to just call back. Some families went as far as to camp out in front of the facilities to see where their loved ones are and were either left out there until they left or told to go away. And this is the same crowd that says that you need to hire on the merit. But the people that they are hiring are incapable of logging data into a system. It almost makes you wonder what they view as merit. At this point, these 1,200 people could be in different cities, different states, or even different countries, and their families won't even know where they are. And I think it's interesting that the same people who were in my comments talking about I need Jesus because I didn't feel bad for the loss of a guy like Kirk, with the excuse of he was a father, he was a husband, but they're cheering this type of stuff on for people who are also fathers and husbands and wives and mothers, grandparents, grandchildren. These people that you are cheering so hard about them being kidnapped and detained are also people with family. And you don't seem to care about it. But you want me to care about somebody who actively hurt the Black and trans communities. You want to be in my comment talking about Jesus, of all people, when Jesus would not be cheering on what's happening to these people in these detention centers. Jesus would have invited them into his house. Jesus would have wanted social programs. Jesus would not want his tax dollars going to this effort. Treat your neighbor as you would want to be treated. Y'all talk about Jesus as if you know him, not even realizing that if he stepped on your doorstep, you would call the frozen people and have him sent to a detention center because he would be too dark for you. I have said this before and I'll say this again. I hope that the hotbox you so readily condemn others to is actually real because y'all are going to be the first ones in it.